Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Las Vegas Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24. It's been a while since I've said that. We're finally on the other side of the All-Star break as we get into the second half of the season for your 39 and 57 Athletics, as we're going to go through 3 series here today. So let's jump right into the action. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. We'll start today's episode on the road in Seattle for a 3-game set against the AL West leading Mariners, where we'll see the lefty Nestor Cortez, the 2-time All-Star, on the mound. Leading off for the Athletics will be Bryson Stott, and the Gold Glover will start the day by slapping this one into right field, and it's a leadoff double for the Athletics. Vegas has been playing some better ball before the All-Star break. Hopefully that carries over here into this one, as that'll bring up Robbie Martin up next, 10th in the American League in steals. 1-0 pitch to him. He hits this one well into center, but it will be caught by Julio Rodriguez, who gets the ball in. And we'll take a look at how the Athletics will line up today. In the 3 spot will be the DH, Tyler Soderstrom, followed by Daniel Susac, a catcher. Charlie Rowe, the rookie, who's emerged at first base. Kevin Alcantara in center. Clark Elliott in right. Jacob Wilson at third. And then Elliot Ramos out there in left. So here is Soderstrom up next, hitting .217 on the campaign. First pitch to him is a high fastball. He'll hit it into left, where this one will be caught. Nice grab by Jackson Merrill out there for 2 down. Daniel Susac now, the everyday catcher for Vegas. He'll step in here with 2 away. Works a 1-0 count and gets a curveball inside. Hits it over to short, but a nice play over there by Bliss, who gun him down at first base. Good flash of the leather to end the top of the first. On the mound for the Athletics will be Mackenzie Gore, the former National, who signed the 3-year, $30 million contract in the offseason. He's been so far, I should say. Designated hitter Dan Fry leads off for the Mariners, and he goes down on the fastball low to begin the day. That'll bring up Ahmed Rosario up next, the second baseman for Seattle, rocking their City Connects, and he is looking foolish on a 12-6. Back-to-back Ks for Gore to begin the day, and that'll bring up Julio Rodriguez. First pitch to J. Rod, who hits it well into right, but Elliott will be there, and he will glove it to end the first. We'll go to top 2 now. Here's Charlie Rowe, the former first-round pick from Jamaica, who got called up a little before the deadline. He's been great. 364 average on the campaign, looking to add on to it here, but Rosario will get to this ball, and that'll be a ground out to begin the second. Kevin Alcantara, the former Cub, up next. He's been a pretty solid hitter for us this season. First pitch to him, he's also going to swing. It's at a high cutter where he's late on, and that'll be flied away for Montes out there in right. So quickly due down now for the 7-hole hitter, it's Clark Elliott. That'll bring up the lefty-lefty matchup. And with an 0-2, Elliott will go down on the high fastball 1-2-3 inning for Cortez. Harry Ford up next here for the Mariners to begin the bottom of the second as he looks at ball 4, as that was a close pitch, but he'll get the free base. After a pop-up from Sosa, that'll bring up the former Padre Jackson Merrill to the plate. 2-2 count to him, and he looks at a fastball in that gets him. Strike 3 call, Gore's third punch out of the afternoon. That'll bring up Tyler Lockerly, the first baseman, hitting over 300 in a limited sample size this year. 1-2 to him, and he also goes down on the slider low. Back-to-back Ks to end the second. Good top 3 now. Jacob Wilson up first for Vegas, and with a 3-1 count, he gets tied up on an inside fastball that's easily put away for out number 1. Rounding out the Athletics lineup is the left fielder Elliot Ramos. Only hitting 201, but does have 11 home runs on the campaign. He also works a 3-1 count. He gets an inside fastball, but he turns on it well. Hits this one to deep center, but it will be caught by Julio. We'll go bottom 3 now, round out the Mariners lineup, as here's the second-year pro Lazaro Montes to lead off for the M's. Full count pitch, chops it over to Rowe, who stabs it, and he will make the play himself over at first base. Ryan Bliss now up for Seattle, had the good defensive play to end the first, as the shortstop looks at a 2-2 and gets called up on the inside fastball. So no offense into this game as we go into the 7th now. Still 0-0. Both starting pitchers pitching gems, but neither getting run support. As here's Charlie Rowe. Singles this one into left field. Alcantara up next to the 2-0 pitch. Gets a nice changeup. Hits it well into center, but Rodriguez is too fast and he'll put that one away. And with that hard-hitting ball, I think the Mariners they've seen enough. Nestor Cortez will come out of the game despite pitching 6 1/3 scoreless. And they'll bring in the righty Christian Mena out of the pen. Their long reliever getting the chance here in the 7th. Interesting call for the M's. They trust him here against Elliott with a 2-1. He gets a curveball. Hits it well into center, just not enough power on it, as that one should be caught by Julio for out number 2. To the 8th spot we go, and Jacob Wilson. First pitch to him is a fastball down the middle, and he hits it into the outfield grass for a base hit. As the runner on first will be waved over to third, and Rowe will slide in safely. Now the A's got runners on the corners. A good chance here for Elliot Ramos. Try to break this tie. An 0-1 pitch to Ramos. He gets a slider, times it up well, hits this one to deep left center. Rodriguez is back, and he will make the grab. I thought that one had a chance, but it dies out on the warning track. That'll also do it for Mackenzie Gore. We'll bring in the righty Garrett Whitlock after 6 strong innings for Gore. But unfortunately, he got no run support either. Whitlock starts by striking out Harry Ford. That'll bring up Sosa up next, and he'll also go down on a K. Nice back-to-back punch-outs for Whitlock. And why not make it 3 for 3? Beautiful pitching by Whitlock gets us through the 7th. We go into the 9th. Here we are, bottom 9, with the runner on first, 1 down. As a beautiful diving effort by Wilson comes up empty. Mariners trying to prevent this one from going to extra innings, it looks like. Ford, the next batter, chops this over to second. Stott flips it to second over to first, but Harry Ford beats it out. Good hustle by the Mariners. This inning should be over, but some speed keeps it alive, and now it's a good chance for Edmundo Sosa to potentially bring home the winning run. 1-0 pitch, he rips it to left. Ramos is back, but he's going to make the play, and we will go 2 extra innings, knotted up at 0 apiece. Now, unfortunately for the Athletics, top 10 with the extra innings runner, they do nothing with it. Martin flies out to right. We'll go bottom 10 now, where JT Ginn will come in relief with 2 down and a runner on third. He's tasked with stranding the runner. It is going to be a first pitch to Montez, who pops it up, and Ginn will do his job here in the 10th. So we'll go into the 11th, where the Athletics find themselves in the same situation. First 2 get out here in the 11th. Rowe up next gets a curveball from Mena, who's still in the game, and this one will be caught. So back-to-back innings where the Athletics don't even move the runner. Will take us bottom 11, where Ginn will still be on the mound. A nice diving effort by Wilson, but again the hustle beats out the throw. So nobody down here, bottom 11 for the top of the order. It's Dan Fry, hitless today, but he'll bloop this one into right center, and it will drop. Elliott's going to come up firing. The runner will be sent home, and the throw is not in time. And the Mariners will walk it off in 11 innings by the score of 1-0. A whopping 1 run was all it took. It was all that was needed for the Mariners to win, and it took 11 innings to get there. Tough loss here for the Athletics. They just got to give their pitchers some insurance runs. We had 8 hits. Only 2 were extra base hits. This is unfortunately a loss for the Athletics as we go around the league, as there were a couple of trades made before the All-Star break coming up on the trade deadline. The big one is the Royals traded Brady Singer, their ace, to the Angels, their division rival. Singer's not had a good tenure the past couple of years with the Royals, but the Angels are going for potential, so they'll take on the contract of Singer. Game 2, we lose 6-3, including a 4 spot in the 4th for Seattle. Jared Jones, a tough start for him, 6 earned in 4 innings as he gets the loss. Another trade goes down. The Pirates acquired Dominic Fletcher from the White Sox. Pittsburgh, one of the best teams in all of baseball. But they're in a heated battle with the Cardinals for the NL Central, so they'll get another offensive bat for their outfield in Dominic Fletcher. We get swept by the Mariners, lose this one 7-6. Robbie Francisco, bad start, 6 earned in 4 2/3. Got to give our offense a chance. One more trade goes down as the Royals will acquire Brandon Lau from the Phillies for a couple of prospects. Interesting trade for the Royals to get the 33-year-old. But hey, whatever fits and whatever floats your boat. That'll take us into the second series now, where we will hit the road to Texas to face the 53-48 Rangers. So now it's time to face the second best team in the AL West, the Texas Rangers, who come in at 53-48, trailing the Seattle Mariners. They'll send the lefty Nick Lodolo onto the mound, the former Red, who signed a 4-year, $65.5 million contract in the offseason. And he's been good for the Rangers. Stott leads off again for the A's, and he will start this game by swinging and missing on an inside sinker. Robbie Martinelli next gets a high fastball where he'll pop this one up over to first. where it should be an easy catch. And we'll take a look at the Athletics lineup. It's the exact same lineup we just saw in the Mariners game. Another lefty on the mound. And one player to highlight, though, Jacob Wilson's been swinging a hot bat, hitting .306 in his last 10. So hopefully he can continue to spark this offense and get them going a little bit more. Tyler Soderstrom, the DH, hitting .221 now on the season, fresh off a home run in the last game, and he goes down looking on a changeup perfectly on the corner. On the mound for Las Vegas will be Jordan Wicks, the former Cub, who had a good first start of the year, got hurt, and has not been the same since his injury. He's had a hard time bouncing back. ERA is finally under sub-5, though, as the designated hitter Brady House will begin for Texas. He grounds this over to Wilson, who will make the play. We'll take a look at how the Rangers will stack up today. We'll see Daniel Mateo out in center, Corey Seager at short, Evan Carter in left, Josh Young at third, Adolis Garcia at right, Ezekiel Duran at second, Ty France over there at first, and then Jonah Heim back at catcher. So that'll bring up the center fielder Daniel Mateo, hitting .247 on the season, 6 homers, 20 RBIs. Draws a full count pitch here, but he goes down on the inside fastball, can't connect. Good pitch by Wicks. So 2 down now for Corey Seager, the 7-time Silver Slugger and 8-time All-Star. Steps to the batter's box, having a down season by his standards, as he ropes this one into the right center gap, and that'll be trouble. The 2-time World Series MVP will get a 2-out double, and I still believe Seager is one of the most underrated players in all of baseball. He continues to do things like that. That'll bring up Evan Carter up next, the 2024 AL Rookie of the Year. One of the best young players in the league, but he gets fooled on a low slider that ends the first. Top 2, Daniel Susac leads off, and he ropes this one to left, and that one is no doubt out of here. Lodolo hung a slurve, and Susac makes him pay. Solo shot here for Las Vegas, the 6th home run of the season for Daniel Susac, .999 off the bat, and he gives Las Vegas a 1-0 lead. Next batter is Charlie Rowe, and he continues to hit the ball super well. This one hit into right field for a single. So the inning maybe is not done yet. Alcantara up next to the 2-2. He hits this one well into right. Going back is Garcia, and he can't make the play. Gets down on the wall. That'll be a double for Alcantara as the runners are safe. Now into the scoring position for the Athletics. That is also the 17th double of the season for Alcantara. Elliott goes down up next on a fastball right down the middle. He probably wishes he had that one back. So Jacob Wilson now with a chance. He'll ground this over to short. That will be an out, but it will score the run. The runner will cross home plate. It's 2-0 Athletics. Elliott Ramos trying to keep the inning alive. He gets one that he gets underneath here. Hits it into center, and that should be caught by Mateo. But the Athletics push 2 across here in the top of the second. Bottom 2, 1 down for Adolis Garcia, the 2023 AL Playoff MVP, who steps to the batter's box. 1-1 to him, and he hits a hard liner over to first, but Rowe with nice glove makes the play, and that'll bring up Ezekiel Duran, former Silver Slugger in his own right here with a 1-1 count, a curveball, and he's going to hit it up the middle, keeping the inning alive with 2 outs. So that'll bring up the former Mariner Ty France now. He would get outs as we go into the third, where Jonah Heim is up at the plate to round out the Rangers lineup, and he looks at a curveball low for strike 3. We'll go into the 4th inning now, 1 down for Evan Carter, and this time he will not get fooled on the slider. Hits it over to third. Wilson will deflect it, but there's going to be no play on the speedy left fielder. That'll be an infield hit. Next batter will be Josh Young, and he's actually going to take off. He steals second, and he does, so Carter will get the base. Runner now in scoring position. Later in the at-bat, a pitch in the dirt, and Carter wants the third, and he'll get it. So a steal and a wild pitch puts a runner right there at third with only 1 down. Josh Young will draw a walk. So he'll take first after all that, and that'll bring up Adolis Garcia, who lined out back in the second. Chance to fix that here. 1-0 pitch to him. He's going to hit this one well into right. This should be deep enough to tag, and thanks to the stolen base and wild pitch, the Rangers will push off their first run of the ballgame. It's now 2-1. Runner still on first for Ezekiel Duran with an 0-2, and he can't pull the trigger on a slider. That'll end the 4th. We'll go now into the 6th inning with 2 down for Susac, who hit a home run earlier, and this time perfectly hits this one up the middle. That was 115 off the bat for a 2-out single. Rowe up next, who also has a hit to his name today, and he's going to do the exact same thing. Slap it into the outfield grass for a base hit, and off 2 singles. Lodolo getting in some trouble here in the 6th. That'll do it for his day. He would be pulled, and instead it'll be the righty Chris Clark, the AL Rookie of the Year from last year. He's been a pleasant surprise for the Rangers, tasked with stranding the runs. He'll have to start off against Alcantara to try to do it. He gets a high changeup, times it well, but just misses it. Pops it up over to third. I bet he wishes he had that one back. The Athletics squander the opportunity. We'll go into the 6th now on our side. A.J. Puck, the lefty, in for Las Vegas. So that'll put Wicks in line for the win. They'll start off with Daniel Mateo, who pops it up into foul territory. And that should be an easy play for Charlie Rowe. Corey Seager now up next, 3-1. And the 2020 playoff MVP will draw a walk. He's on first for Evan Carter, who chops it over to short. This could be 2. Over to Stott, over to first, and it is. And Puck will end the inning off a 6-4-3 double play. He'll stay in into the 7th now. Josh Young will lead off, and he rips this one deep to center field. Alcantara going back, and he can't make the play over his glove. And a leadoff double for the Rangers will put them right back in business with a chance to tie. Young celebrates his 20th double of the season, as that'll bring up Garcia, who looks at strike 3. Fastball is in the zone, out and away, 1 down. Duran now up next, 3-2, and he crutches this one deep to left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it will stay fair. A 2-run blast off the bat of Ezekiel Duran, and the Texas Rangers have the lead. 12th home run of the season for Duran, goes 426 down the line, and Texas will now lead this one 3-2. Puck will stay in now, 2 down for Jonah Heim, who hits this one into right center. And this one will touch the outfield grass. Alcantara can't make the diving play. It'll be a 2-out double for Heim, trying to keep the 7th inning alive. Top of the lineup now up next, it's Brady House. He steps in, first pitch he sees, he rips it into left, and that will be trouble. Back-to-back base hits for the Rangers will push in another, and it's now 4-2 Texas, as House will trade places with Heim, and he'll take second base himself. Still need one more out. Can we get it off Daniel Mateo? 1-0. Looks like we will. He'll pop it up into center, but the Rangers get their job done. They take a 4-2 lead into the 8th, which means they'll bring in their setup man, the lefty and former Yankee Sam Hentges, who has not been very good for the Rangers in this role. He has a lot of lefties coming up, though, starting off with Stott, who with an 0-1 pitch hits this one well to left. Going back is Carter at the track at the wall, and it's over his glove. Stott with a leadoff double of his own here in the 8th inning, and he will be in scoring position, continuing to swing a hot bat as the A's look to get the runs back. Robbie Martin now up next, 0-2. Low sinker, hits it well into center, times it up. Mateo will be underneath it. He'll make the play. Stott will tag and look to go to third. The throw from Mateo is in time, and they gun him down. What a play by Daniel Mateo to get Stott. And now the bases are empty. For the lefty, Tyler Soderstrom hitless today, and it looks like he'll stay that way. As hey, look, that rhymed. Fly out into left field, and the A's get nothing in the 8th. Bottom 8 now with 1 down. We'll bring in Mason Miller to try to get the final 2 outs of the frame and keep it a 2-run deficit. He'll start with Evan Carter, who has a hit today, and he will get underneath this one into left. Ramos ranges in, and he makes a nice grab for the 2nd out. Josh Young now up next, 1-0 pitch to him, and he hits it hard over to Wilson, who makes the play. So the Athletics will be down 2 going into the 9th inning, where the Rangers will bring out their closer, the former Minnesota Twin Griffin Jacks. His first season as a defined closer for any team, and he's been electric for Texas, a 26 for 29 on save ops this season. He's got the 4-5 hitters, including Daniel Susac, who's got a couple hits today, and he wants another one. Single into center, and just like that, the tying run is at the plate in the form of Charlie Rowe, another guy who has multiple hits today. Looking for a third here. First pitch to Rowe, and he pops up a fastball. Should be an easy play over that first for Ty France, and it is. That's 1 down. 6-hole hitter now up next, Alcantara, 1-2. Chopper over to second, and they will just take the out at first. The inning will stay alive, the game will stay alive, but it's on the bat of Clark Elliott. First pitch to the right fielder, a fastball. I try to hit it well to left center, but Carter's fast enough. He will get there, and that'll do it for this one. Texas wins game 1 of this 3-game set by a final score of 4-2. Tough loss for the A's, man. They came out early, and they took a 2-0 lead. Then the offense just went stagnant. The Rangers push across 4, including 3 in the 7th. and they get the W. The winning pitcher is Clark. The loss goes to Puck, and Jax gets his 27th save of the season. As player of the game for the Texas squad will go the way of Ezekiel Duran, thanks to his 2-run shot in the 7th to give the Rangers the lead. So that is now 6 straight losses for the Athletics, and they would drop it to 7 as we lose this one 3-2. Again, take a 2-0 lead. Martin goes deep, but then we blow it in the bullpen. So that's now a total of 7 straight losses. There was a trade that went down as well. Noah Miller got traded to the Tigers from the White Sox, and Detroit gave a haul for Noah Miller, who is a good player. They give up Eric Marin, a third base prospect, as well as Carlos Pinto, a closing pitcher prospect. So in order to get Miller, the Tigers gave up the 37th prospect in Marin and the 4th-ranked prospect in Pinto. That is quite the deal. Hopefully Miller is worth it for them. We do win the 3rd game 8-5, so the offense comes around. 2 home runs for Bryson Stott leads the way. And we're able to at least end the losing streak. And we actually get a trade on this day from the New York Yankees. They want Zach Geloff, who I've had on the trading block for a while, for Estevan Aparicio, a shortstop prospect who's a top prospect with a potential. Normally, these trades don't entice me, but this one does. Geloff's had his role kind of fall out with the team ever since his All-Star season back in 2024. And Aparicio is a potential player. So we're going to make the trade. Geloff is going to go to the New York Yankees for shortstop prospect Esteban Aparicio. And he is actually the 59th prospect in baseball. So to get that for a C positional player, I'm all in. To fill the roster spot, Tyler Freeman will be called up. So hate to see a young guy go and Geloff, but I think we got a good one back. Now, he's not the only Aparicio who was traded today. His older cousin, Javier, from the White Sox got traded to the Padres. So an interesting day for the Aparicio family as he will be sent to San Diego for a package of prospects. And we'll get to the 3rd game of the episode, a rematch against the Seattle Mariners at home in Las Vegas. And now it's time to conclude this episode the same way we started against the Seattle Mariners here in Las Vegas. We're 40-62. They are 57-47. And we're going to put Jared Jones out on the mound, who did not have a good start against the Mariners last time in Seattle. Looking to change that here now that we are at home. He'll go into the 1st inning. Here's Alex Bregman, who did not play in the game that we watched earlier this episode, coming over from the White Sox last year in a trade. And he will take a 1-1 pitch, belt this one into center field, and it will land on the track and bounce over the wall for a 1-out ground rule double. Julio Rodriguez up next will rip this one deep to right field, and this one is going to be back and caught by Elliott. The runner on second, Bregman, will tag to third. So now 2 down for Harry Ford, an 0-2 pitch, and he will lace this one to right, but it's right at Elliott, so we dodge a bullet to the first. On the mound for Seattle will be their ace, George Kirby, coming out, who has not had the best season, specifically for his standards. He'll get the first 2 down here in the first, and then Soderstrom will get jammed on a fastball, and that'll be a nice 1-2-3 inning for Kirby. Going into the 2nd now, here's Matt Shaw making his season debut today, his first game of the campaign. Just recently got called up from Tacoma. Full count pitch to Shaw, and he's going to ground it over to Freeman, who's getting the start today at third, and he will be the first out of the inning. 2 down now for Lazaro Montes with an 0-2, and he turns on a slider. Hits it deep to right field. No doubt about this one. It is out of here, and a solo shot by Lazaro Montes will get the first run of the ballgame. 10th home run of the season for Montes, goes 392 down the right field line, and the M's will lead this one 1-0. Next batter in the 2nd inning will be Christian Arroyo after a single. Arroyo did not play in the first game as well. He's coming off an All-Star campaign just last season, and he takes a 1-1 slider, and he'll hit it into left. That will get down, and this will be trouble. The runner will score. It's now 2-0 Mariners, and this 2nd inning just won't come to an end. Arroyo coasts into second safely with his 9th double of the season. Rosario up next will then swing and miss to the slider, but the Mariners plate 2 here in this inning. Staying with the bottom half of the 2, here's Tyler Freeman making his first at-bat of the season, recently called up. And 0-1 pitch, he'll hit it over to second, where it will be gloved to end the inning. Top 3 now, 1 down for J-Rod, and he will chop this one up the middle, and there will be no play from Stott, and that'll be a 1-out single for the Mariners center fielder. Harry Ford now up next to the 2-0, and he laces this one into the gap, and this is trouble. Rodriguez is fast. He's probably going to score. Even Harry Ford's fast. He's rounding second, heading to third, and that's a one-out triple for the Mariners catcher. When do you ever see catchers leg out triples like that? That's part of the good skill set that Harry Ford has. 3-0 now, unfortunately for the Mariners. Fortunately for us, we will strand him on third base, but the Mariners will add another. Top 5 now, Rosario leads off, and he gets plunked. Fastball runs in, so he'll take first base. One down now for J-Rod, who draws a walk. Now Jones is given 2 free passes, and that'll bring up Harry Ford up next, who just hit an RBI triple in his last at-bat. Steps up here with 2 on. 3-1 pitch to him, and he also draws a walk. So Jones loads the bases without the Mariners getting a single hit. And a big spot for Matt Shaw, who's 0 for 2 so far today, but a chance to change that here right now. 3-1 pitch to him, in danger of walking another, but Shaw will hit this to right. That will be deep enough and should be enough to tag Rosario. And the throw is a good one from Elliott, but it's not in time. Seattle now leads this one 4-0. Mariners still on the corners for Merrill, and he swings through a fastball, so we strand 2, but the Mariners continue to add to their lead. We'll bring in A.J. Puck now out of the pen. The lefty will get the appearance, relieving Jared Jones. One out here in the 7th for Harry Ford, who crushes this one deep center field, and it is out of here. A solo home run for Harry Ford. What a day this young catcher is having. The former first-round pick hits his 15th homer of the season, and the Seattle Mariners just continue to extend their lead slowly but surely, as it's now 5-0 in the 7th. Puck was staying into the 8th inning. Ryan Bliss leading off, and he hits this one down the left field line, and the Mariners bats continue to hit the ball well. This is the 10th hit of the night for the M's, and 7 of them have been extra base hits, as he coasts in with a stand-up double. Bregman now with 2 down, looks at ball 4. That should have been a strike, but nonetheless. 2 on now for Julio Rodriguez with an 0-1, and he will single into right. This one will drop. Runner will come around and score. It's 6-0 Mariners, and at this point, I kind of had enough of this game, so we would go ahead to the end, and if you're an Athletics fan, that's a good thing. 6-0 was the good score. If you look at the final, Mariners ended up winning this game 13-1. Yeah, it got ugly. The bullpen blew it after Puck. Sears and Ginn were not very good, and we give up 9 runs in the final 3 innings. Now, thankfully for us, we bounced back and take Game 2, 5-3, after a solid performance on the mound and a grand slam by Bryson Stott to take the lead. One trade to go down. A Cotley spell goes to the Angels from the White Sox, so the Angels have been busy getting Singer and Isbell this week to try to make a playoff push. Game 3, we win 6-3 after a 5-run in the 8th. So a couple of comebacks here for Las Vegas leads the way. A good day for Kevin Alcantara, who had a home run and 3 hits, and it looks like another grand slam. Big trade goes down between the Reds and the Twins. The Twins continue to rebuild. They ship Nick Sandlin over to Cincinnati as the National League continues to get stronger, and the Reds get another good bullpen arm to help the NL Central race. We win Game 4 as well, so we take 3 out of 4 against Seattle somehow. 7-5, another late inning rally leads the way. And with that, we will complete the month of July. We've hit the trade deadline, so next episode we're going to go through the trade deadline and get into the month of August with homestands against the Dodgers and the Phillies. So all that will be in the next episode, another action-packed one on the way. But if you enjoyed this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.